This is a presentation of CNN Sports.
Turner on the floor. Lob to O'Neal, and the foul with authority. He is safe. Braves win! Braves win! Braves win! Braves win! Braves win!
I heard something is in trouble. Look out. Jimmy Spencer is the car in trouble. Car lifting.
Behind the back and Palenka scores. Easy down. There's the collision. And the puck rolling.
Oh, let it rip. Baker, touchdown.
Well, we're off to a pretty good start, aren't we? You have found out how to load a tape into that machine, which normally just sits there on the shelf and blinks 12 o'clock over and over and over again. Well, I guarantee your efforts will not go unrewarded. I'm Fred Hickman, and it's my privilege to host CNN Sports Tonight each Monday through Friday at 11 p.m. Eastern Time. It's the best job in the world, folks, and think of it, they actually pay me some pretty good money to do it. You know, one of the key segments that we have each show is a thing that we started, about 10 years ago. It's called the Play of the Day. It has no borders at all. We're often asked how a viewer can get copies of the pod, as we like to call it. Well, we've solved that little problem within the confines of this superb investment you've just made. We do sports here 365 nights per year, come snow or high water. And admittedly, there are nights when our play of the day isn't exactly, well, there are some which won't hang in the Louvre. These are some things you will not see here. For example, you won't see a lot of politicians like Mike Dukakis bowling. Ladies and gentlemen, this sport's first recorded airball. You will not see Ronald Reagan going to the rack. And you will not see George Bush in the Rose Garden trying to skillfully find the name of a guy who was arguably the most recognizable hockey player on the planet.
And you are?
Mario Lemieux.
Mario, I was talking to. I had that feeling. I had that feeling.
You will not see guys driving motorcycles into parked cars for fun and profit. You will not see people throwing things which are not meant to be thrown, such as Christmas trees and toilet bowls. Well, at least they were empty. That's a break. Anyway, I'm just guessing here, but I don't think you're going to see any rubber duck races from the Arkansas River, although the Ducks had on shades before another Arkansas native son made wearing shades on national television popular. And we were going to show you Mike Sullivan at the 1990 USF&G Classic, hacking away and then hits it just a mere inches. And certainly, most certainly, there will be no self-serving stuff on my part. Stuff which is simply geared to get my name on this video. There is no way in the world I simply will not stand for it. That's all there is to it. Well, now that we've gotten all that cleared up, we've got some things that you simply have to see to believe. These are the unknown soldiers, the non-household names in sport. Guys perhaps only known by their mothers, and even then, a photo ID is sometimes required. Yet their feats are truly amazing. Remember Tyrone Enoch a couple of years ago for East Tennessee State, a superb move to the rack and an even better dish to Bart Redden? And there was this famous helping head, Sean Corbett of West Waterloo High in Iowa, braining in the winter. Now, while these two incidents are amazing, they are by no means isolated.
Look at the play by Grayback over to Ozzie. Yeah!
Mitchell, the outlet to Webb. Can he run it down? Webb saves it. And it goes in.
What a spinner and a backhand shot. He scores!
Nice play by Rogers.
Oh, what a move by Avery Johnson. Oh, what a great move. Pittsburgh brings it in, score!
Grant on a wing.
To the hole, Strong throws it up. No foul. Oh, what a play!
You know, there are times when amazing and bizarre go hand in sport, like Sports in the Wild Kingdom. Orville Moody and his brush with the squirting turtle. That hard-backed fellow proved to be a little more of a hazard than anyone thought. But at least we know for sure and for certain why Orville is moody. Wave bye-bye. And there are those moments when even the best of intentions can come out all wrong. Ask Bill Fitch. His rockets are going right to left, but Steve Harris didn't read the map, so he pulls the trigger at the wrong bucket. However, he was saved further embarrassment by the misfire. And there is flat-out stick-to-itiveness. The car-kissing contest coming to mind. The one who kept his or her lips locked to the vehicle of choice the longest got to keep it. It took hours, and we must again ask the ages-old question, at what price glory?
Well, I can sell the car and get at least $15,000.
I need a car.
I don't have to be anywhere.
And if you think that was wild, snuggle up to some of this madness.
But a good catch there by the fan.
Oh, my goodness.
Have you ever seen that before?
And, yeah, it went down his jersey.
Oh, no, it came out!
Macon. Oh, go, Macon again. Oh.
Hey. I guess Mattingly doesn't earn enough to afford his own popcorn. Now, the following may be regarded as testimony as to the value of crash helmets, chin straps, and mouthpieces, perhaps even a pillow on the backside. We're about to see some folks fishtail, spin out, and crash and burn. But I hasten to remind you that none of the incidents led to any serious injury of man or beast, other than a few bumps and a couple of bruised egos. Chief Osceola of Florida State University with the fabled tradition of chucking the flaming spear into the earth. It's something to behold. Makes great video, but don't get too close. Now get a load of this.
Action. Action.
Get on it. Roberts sails into the seats. Oh, yeah. Smith races for the puck, but it's hard, and he's bashed into the boards.
He runs into the security guard.
Here's another shattering experience. Matt Steginga of Michigan State playing an exhibition game in Grand Rapids, and bang! Needless to say, there was no backup basket to be found, so that was the ball game before the warm-ups were even done.
I really feel bad. I feel bad for all the people who came out tonight, and but I will say it's probably one of the best dunks I've ever had.
This can only happen on the north side of Chicago. The Hawk with a big fly to left, all the way out of Wrigley Field and on to Waveland Avenue. The scramble is on, and look who found that special delivery. Why? It's the mailman. Speaking of scrambles, there was that great fight in Great Britain between Tony Wilson and Steve McCarthy. They were fighting until Wilson's mom decided she'd seen just about enough. Look out! Mom's got heels, and she knows how to use them. The crowd was on Mama's side, too. Look at the pelting McCarthy takes when the decision he'd won was announced. And how about Evander Holyfield and his special birthday greeting from an upcoming opponent? Even the refs get into it where the NBA is concerned. The T-Wolves and the Warriors. Loose ball. Tommy Nunez does not think anybody's going to get to it, but apparently he did not see Latrell Sprewell right there. Gymnast Jose Tejeda demonstrated the most important facet of working the high bar. You must hang on. And speaking of gymnastics, we have seen some take place in college football, haven't we? How about this? A little one-on-one standing backflip competition between Miami and Temple. Too close to call. It's flipping around, folks. Concentration. Now, this is one of the great tools we have to use in order to attain success in any endeavor, but concentration without focus can sometimes lead to embarrassing results. I recall concentrating on a particular project here at CNN with brow-wrinkling fervor when nature called in a big way. And before I knew it, I was standing in the ladies' room being looked upon with some questioning eyes. You see, I was concentrating, but I was not focused upon the task at hand. Can happen to the best of us. Scott Hastings of the Miami Heat is ejected for saying something he shouldn't have. Now, Scott is in Atlanta. He's an ex-Atlanta Hawk, so when it was time to head to the locker room, well, old Scotty went out of habit rather than through concentrated focus. And we have learned that horses are people too. This particular trotting horse had obviously heard about the good food and coffee in the media lounge, so he decided to blow off the feed bag and check it out for himself. And how about our friend Gizmo Williams, playing football in the CFL and turning in a fumble, which has become infamous from coast to coast and pole to golf.
I just wanted to make the TV fouls or whatever they call it. I just wanted to make the play of the day down in the States, you know? That's all. Yeah.
Got to be in shape to be a ref. One of the things which is held fast and true over time is this: you cannot beat good old-fashioned teamwork with a stick. Watch this play turned in during a high school basketball game in Ohio. Washington Catholic has the ball, but check out the circle right there. That's Craig McClin, and he's on his way out. I mean, he's heading off the floor to the bathroom, but not for the standard reasons. Now watch the guy who's looking for him. That's the guy who's supposed to be guarding him. He can't find him, but the point guard knows where he is. For you see, McClin has gone into the bathroom, through the back, and out another bathroom door just in time to catch the pass and let go with a three. That is good. There's high school football from California. They take the kickoff. No wedge here. They huddle it up. Must have looked like a jailbreak to the cover team, which was thrown completely for a loop as the guy scores. And in tennis, Ulf Stenlund versus Jimmy Connors in the AT&T Challenge. Stenlund pounds away from the baseline and sends Jimmy running. He's not a young guy, don't forget. Jimmy, though, winds up being his own best friend. Stenlund helps him out by hitting it right back to him. And there you go. Here are some others who got by with a little help from their friends. There was that incredible horse race where jockey Nate Hubbard did not win the race, nor did he lose. The track is a quagmire, and Sweetwater Oak unseats Hubbard, but the jockey holds on to the horse's neck and finishes. Or how about the jockey who loses the whip in this three-horse race down to the wire? Julie Crone is in the center. She finds it and uses the tool to dispatch her mount onto victory. Remember Brad Common's great bid at a catch? Back to the wall, up, and then over. Folks, you can't come any closer to coming up with a grab of the century. How about this college football hit? Leon Harris, James Jett, rocked in a big way, and a fair catch on the helmet. And there was Deion Sanders, helicopter and a jet plane man, going from the NLCS in Pittsburgh with the Braves to the NFL Falcons in Florida and back to the series in Pittsburgh within a matter of hours. Butte College coming from 6 points down with desperately little time left to play in the game. Jay Harry's heave gets him close. And then Harry wins it with a three-quarter court shot. That's why they call him Dirty Harry around Contra Costa. There was Cookie Rojas, the manager, thrown out of a game by not one, not two, but three umpires at once. And the 24 hours of Le Mans. Desiree Wilson's car is off the track, trying to get back on, but the guys can't figure out which should do the honors. Hey, Mac, this is my job. No, you don't. No, just get away from me. Well, hold on. I'm the boss on this job, and don't you ever forget it, bub. But perhaps most incredible of all was Charles Barkley, an Auburn alum, singing the Alabama alma mater after losing a bet to then Philadelphia 76ers teammate and Bama alumnus Jim Farmer. Do not adjust your sets. It will get no better.
The victory here to stride your Dixon's football pride, Crimson Tide.
I love Charlie. He's a good guy, but he cannot sing. It seems to be a rather simple prospect at first. All you got to do is take a stick and smack a little dimpled ball over a perfectly manicured lawn into a hole. Looks pretty good on paper, but it's much tougher on a golf course, as any of you who have tormented yourself in this game know. Some of these incidents have been captured by the Pod Squad. For example, Frank Novillo, playing the 1992 PGA Championship, showed us the true meaning of hanging on in there. His putt gets right to the lip of the cup. You know, you saw the bee fly by there, looked it over, kept going. So it sat, and it sat, and it sat. Then it goes in, out of nowhere. The Nice Guy Award, that goes to Jeff Maggard at the 1992 Buick Classic. Hey, get that crying kid out of here. I can't hear myself think. A better sport, though, is that grand old gentleman, Chichi Rodriguez. Pops up the chip to the green and is in really, really good shape until, that is, of course, when Junior decided that he wanted a souvenir. Well, Chichi not only signed the ball for the youngster, he gave him a driving glove to help his future game. Now, more action from the world of golf. Gaffs.
Boy, oh boy. You guys better come back here.
We can do anything we want to out here.
Like I taught him. Those of you who think I may have a glamour job here requiring little or no elbow grease, well, you've got another thought coming. It's tough out here. I mean, some of these pods require just a bit more explanation than others in order to be understood, like this rather strange tradition in Japan. Chopping down the biggest tree in the woods, finding a big old muddy hill, and then riding it like a rented mule. And sometimes they're the doggonedest things, like Fido here, who does it all. He does hoops, he does hockey, he plays catch, he's a catcher, and you ought to see what he can do with long division. And sometimes words can scarcely describe the incredible, like Nolan Ryan, the ageless wonder, pitching the 7th no-hitter of his career at the spry young age of 44. Now, some other things that need just a bit of description. The Blue Jays had no stick that game, but this guy probably knows how he felt. Adrian Dantley has always had a nice, soft touch from the free throw line, but this may have taken matters too far. Gabriella Sabatini shows that no matter how gifted a tennis player is, sometimes you just gotta improvise. Here's Chichi Rodriguez again. You cannot hit a golf shot any better than that. It's in, and it's out. Tom Pertzer had better luck with this shot, using the whole course, everything he can, including the fan. We had some wrestling show up. From the world of baseball, of all places, Harold Reynolds does everything he knows how to do to avoid Ozzie Guillen's tag, but he's out, and he's pinned. And there is the infamous Daffy Duck formation made famous by Utah. Run everybody to one side. The defense indeed is rendered Daffy as Chris Mendoza hits Carl Harry for the first down. Even mascots get into the act sometimes. How about this pair down in Louisiana? Starts off as good, clean fun and winds up being a Donnybrook, requiring some law and order. And there's Tuffy the Toro. Nice little race to home plate with a fan. But said fan, fearing defeat, gets a little nasty about things at the end. While Tuffy might look as though he's all smiles, but afterwards, he was seeing red.
He's a grown man. He should understand that, this is a valuable costume. And if you're going to lose the race, you lose the race and have a good laugh and you wave. He's ignorant. But, these insecure, impotent wits.
You got to be a real secure guy to wear that bull suit around. Now, what was the old television show? That's incredible? Well, as I'm sure you've learned by now, the sporting world has more than its fair share of incredibilities to its credit. Incredibilities. Is that a word? I'll look that up later. There are some cases which simply defy description, though, and must be seen in order to be believed. The NCAA tournament a couple of years ago, Kenny Anderson of Georgia Tech undressing Duke's Bobby Hurley en route to a big bucket and a Georgia Tech win. And in Japan, where some U.S. military kids did a game, John Holloway of Dallas would have been happy with a simple save, but he does one better, make it 3 better. And for pure lung power, you can't beat this South American television guy pronouncing this dramatic goal. I love that guy. Happened to my high school team twice, 2 times in our city tournament. 2 straight years, 2 straight championship games, same guy. The kid lets loose with a full court heave to win both games. If you've never been on the giving or receiving end of one of those bombs, it's tough to know how it feels. Once again, though, this is a service happily provided by the Pod Squad's Bomb Squad.
Down the floor is good. Shot, throws it up at the buzzer. It goes! The buzzer sounds. Daddy nails it!
Well, Harry Carey always says it, you just cannot beat fun at the old ballpark. And I'm not simply referring to the major league variety. Do yourself a favor. If you have a minor league park near the house, go on out and catch a game. You never know what you might see. Yakima's playing Boise in 1991 full moon, and didn't we know it? Boise manager Ron Kochman is arguing a call with the first base umpire, and man, is he hot. That call stinks worse than my shoe, he says while turning the Great Northwestern Air blue. He's not finished yet. He's taken the shoe off, and now, here go the glasses. And here comes Coach Orb Franchuk, who says since the ump can seem to see one ball, well, maybe he can see a barrel full of them a little bit better. Here. The old hidden ball trick here worked to perfection in '88, Nashville taking on Omaha. Tony DeFrancesco sacrifices the runner to second. But look, Johnson The second baseman keeps that ball, and when the runner isn't looking, he simply turns into a big old hunk of embarrassed meat. Now a legendary pod, Rodney McRae of Vancouver goes back to the wall for a fly ball and through the wall.
Ball makes a tremendous catch. He caught the ball.
All right. Slipped right out of his hand.
And that is your CNN play of the day.
That it is, my friend, that it is. And that is it for this edition of the Play of the Day video. If you've had half as much fun watching it as we did putting it together, then our work will not have been in vain, and neither will the $5 you shelled out to buy it. What? You paid how much? Don't sweat it, it's only money, and it's worth it, right? Seriously, folks, you can get more of the same on our show, CNN Sports Tonight, for free, Monday through Friday on a cable news network right near you, 11 o'clock Eastern Time with Nick Charles and yours truly. We'll see you then. And until then, may the pod be with you.
This has been a presentation of CNN Sports.